Hey, Crown Content Publications followers, viewers, and supporters. Thank you for tuning in to another video discussion segment with the Crown Content Publication Services family YouTube channel where publishing and marketing meet, of course. To learn more about our services to assist authors and freelancers in 2022, visit my website, www.contentcrownpublications.com. This is where you can find more information about the services we offer as far as publication services for authors and writers, and also business consultation information and grant resource consultation information for small businesses and organizations who are looking to expand their business, grow their business, and just funding in general, because it's a hard time out here for businesses during this pandemic. So anyways, if you like the title of this video, because look, the title topics are not easy to come up with, okay, but I'm having fun as a entry-level YouTuber and podcasters, and I always said, like, if I ever got this opportunity, I would like to talk about relevant things, okay, because I'm just me outside of the title of author or publication services coordinator. All I have to stand behind me are my experiences, okay? And what better teacher is experience? And I also want to take this time to encourage my listeners and viewers out there. Experience, keep it with you. Don't. I think y'all do the wrong thing with experience, y'all. Y'all be taking experiences to the heart, and you're letting them pierce your heart, and you're letting them cut your heart, and you're letting them stick daggers in your heart. Take those experiences. You've heard this before. Not only learn from them, but grow from them, okay? This one is not about growth, but I do have a segment titled The Power of Growth, and then I have a segment I just did on yesterday, uprooting negativity out of your life. The word uprooting, it has the word root in it, which means just about everything when it comes to growth has a root to it. So that's going to mean the seeds that you are allowing to be planted in your life, the seeds that you are allowing to grow into your life, and the things that you're going to begin to uproot out of your life, so that you can see a fresher garden. You can see a fresher growth of things, and these things grow in your life, because your personality is not going to look like Jenny's and Sally's. Your future, your destiny is not going to look like anybody else's. It might mirror it a little bit, right? Because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. But it's never going to look just like somebody else's. So, boom. The title of this segment, give me a like, subscribe to this channel, because we're going to do lots more inspirational segments for women and for relationships and for life topics in general. Things we can work on in life as a society, so that we can actually hope for a better future for our children, and our children are the future. Have you guys sat around and thought about that? Why does that matter? And what I'm about to talk about right now, it matters. It matters because, see, the state of relationships today have to be that way because of what many people saw in relationships of yesterday. And if we expect a change in the relationships of tomorrow, we have to at some point begin to discuss the topics of the state of relationships today. So the topic, the title of this video was called, what did I call it? I hate when I do that. It was pretty much like black love, black love. So this segment might not be for everybody, but maybe you do want to learn a little bit more about what black love looks like, where we come from when we use the word love, how many of us think love doesn't even exist anymore, okay? Because black people in general, y'all already know, Black History Month, we did our segments, not on the channel, but definitely on my podcast show. The podcast show link will be listed in the description section for those of you who are interested. But I would say we are the one race of people that, we didn't get the same fair chance, to grow and catch up with society over a certain course and period of years. We didn't have that same opportunity as others did. So that love alone, like the way we even perceive one another, what we call love, what we cherish as love, is going to look different from any other culture, right? Most black people can just easily relate with other black people because even though our circumstances or our households or something wasn't similar, we probably had more similarities than none. Okay, because when you have a pattern or cycles that go on in a certain culture, it's going to keep going on until we assess why it's going on, number one. Number two, why we find it okay and whether it's helping us or not, okay? And then something like love, though, and black love and black love experiences, I do think I would be a good advocate for something. Y'all are hearing from somebody who naturally loved, and I have this experience, like naturally I love people. That's number one. Number two, I didn't say I love what people do all the time. I just love people. I love the company of people. I love to be social, like who I really am, and how even in my own life, if I just look at it, I even went through phases where I didn't like people anymore, or I saw people in another way that and we all go through that as black people, right? We all have that one racist experience, or what we thought was racist or unfair or unequal. We have that experience, right? And this is outside of your household relationships. This is you trying to go and apply for the same job white Jenny did, and her not have to jump through as many hoops as you had to jump through. This is before you even get back home to your black family, okay? 1 second, guys. So yeah, Black Love and Balance. That was the title of this topic. Black Love and Balance. You see, to me, not just anybody could chime in on this type of topic, because you're talking to a culture of people who balance wasn't even a right, something as natural as balance for a long time when it comes to the history of black people in general, because I can't talk on black love without talking about the history of our right to balance, right? What is balance going to look like? Balancing your mental health, balancing your work life, balancing your family, and everything that comes with it, balancing. So I had started off talking about how I do have experience with, if I can call it, loving multiple people at one time. And I mean, to me, people I cherish, like truly loving them, coming from a place of love, with maybe 8 brothers or 7 sisters, 25 cousins, right? In the black culture, this is normal. Like, we have big families. And we're not just the only culture, but I'm just using, this segment is about that topic, so I gotta go here. And so we are conditioned, because in black culture it's like, even though we don't call it tribes, we don't call it village, we don't call it packs, but we're kind of conditioned to, hey, somebody mess with your sister, you defend your sister. All y'all, one fight, all y'all fight. Or she say something, that's kind of like our culture. This is what we do. And it's crazy for that to, over time, number one, be used as a weapon. What do I mean? When you do something like begin to taint or tamper with the natural order of a black family that already has a history in their bloodline of unbalance, of being taught to hate one another. These are facts. Don't nobody want to talk about it, but come on, man, it was people in history, real life, studied a way to keep something like the black man in check, in order on the plantation field. It was in history, this was real. Ways were strategized to keep the black woman submissive to her master. So listen up, guys. I think it's deeper than you can't get a black woman to submit. I'm willing to hear, when we have these type of topics in the black community, I'm willing to hear from a man that's willing to talk about that first, and maybe it'll go as far as, well, look, ain't nobody making her do that no more, so why is black women like that? No, when you unwire, uncondition, retrain somebody to be a new way that they were practically forced to be for a very, very long time, that's going to take work. Okay, we get the work part, but where's the patience? Where's the love? Where's the understanding? Because just because the same form of it happening is not here anymore does not mean that very thing is not still a tactic. Now, everybody doesn't have to agree with my opinion that I still think there are slave mentality type regulations, rules, and laws in the world today. It just is. Some stuff that we are forced to abide by as black women, as black men, as the black children. I'm talking about what's forced first, and then I got to save a little bit of this for my next segment because I am about to talk about the growing epidemic of the LGBT community and the agenda that supposedly our children are supposed to be okay with this. And this won't be just about black children. When it comes to children, I got to speak up about certain things. My last segment was just about voice and tone, okay? So we're talking about how something was forced for a long time, okay? And we're just talking about what still seems forced today. It might not be in the same form of a whip, of this, of that, of a plantation. But what are some ways that we can possibly think right now that things are being done to try to intimidate that black man in front of his wife and children? Things are being done in a rapish type way, you know, like you doing this to that black woman in front of her husband. If not per se in front of her, you doing it, you know what I'm saying? Let's think about this. Because before I even get on black love, because I had started talking good, we come from a place, we don't call it tribes no more. But when it comes to, hey, that's my cousin, you mess with her, you mess with me, this is the black culture mentality. And ain't nothing wrong with it. That's our version of love. Defending what she think just because that's my sister. Defending what he think just because that's my cousin and he just got 20 years and forget the fact that he did rob somebody and shoot him at the store. That's cousin Pookie, man. So I'm just trying to give y'all a kind of like an insight on what black love to us is. You know what I mean? Staying down and supporting right or wrong. See, it's probably other cultures feel like that. Right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? So black love exists. And I ain't just talking about man and woman relationships right now. I said black love. Black love for that child. A lot of our kids in our culture, they come out looking just like us or somebody in the bloodline. Like I said, it can happen with anybody. And, you know, black people, we hold that type of stuff dearly to us. We take pride in the fact that, you know, JoJo looked just like his daddy. But why do we have so many black men on Maury? Black love. The experience and the balance that I pray in my lifetime I get to witness and see. Because, like, yes, we're not on the plantations no more. You know, nobody's forcing us to be raped by the massa. Nobody's forcing us to, the black man to go be sold on the market no more for work and all of this type of stuff. But these are real things that happen. A real man came to a plantation one day and said, look, I think I got the key to foundation. And this was his method. We got to turn this one against that one. We got to do this one to that one to keep it in line. We got to do this one to that one. Like, we ain't finna sit here in 2022 and play like this speech was never made and that people, slave owners really started pretty much pushing it off. You know why they was pushed off on us black people? Number one, they never saw a day where it's like they would no longer be up under this. I just said something right there. In their eyes and mentality back then, you were never coming out of what Willie Lynch and whoever else said that you should be. In their eyes, you don't feel no emotions. You might get to have a wife and we'll let you repopulate because we need more slaves, but black love to them was not a balance for a nigger back then, was not reality. But over the years, to me, black love is so sacred and so real. How do you have a pack of people that still somehow found a way to love one another all the way through that, all the way through the segregation, all the way to the rights that some still may be fighting for, to today? Black love, man, and balance. Because so much has happened over the course of history within our bloodline in itself. You don't know why you have nightmares about this and that. You don't know why you just feel like you pick up on the energy of racism so easily. It's in your blood. It's in your blood. And you're going to have folks mad at you about that, about who you are. Once again, one thing I preach every day in life on and off this segment is that mankind, I was just telling my daughters the other day, they kids, y'all, because we might have went somewhere and they might have said, Mom, the people act like they never seen black people before. And I tell them, you know what, sweetie, they probably never have. See, I choose to train. I'm teaching them racism is taught. Love is practically taught too. Like, you don't know nothing when you coming up but what you shown. Hate is taught. Love is natural. Hate to me is unnatural, because why would you just hate somebody because they don't look like you and they could possibly pose some type of threat? Like, why would you just call somebody a threat because of the color of their skin? This is what a black person life look like before they even get back home to their husband and wife. This is how they looked at. This is what they go through outside of the home. So when you see a black couple trying, I'm gonna need y'all to put some respect on their name. Boy, you don't know what that black woman went through at work all day. What with the kids, teachers, and the daycare, and at the bill collectors. All that is before she even get home. Now she got to come home and still find enough raw love, and I say raw, for the ones that look up to her, for the ones she got to set an example for. How do you balance that? How do you balance that? Because once something like balance is took off course and it becomes unnatural, like you got the black woman up here and everybody looking at the black man as this, or you got the black man up here and the black woman ain't nothing if she ain't willing to stay down here. So let me repeat this and how I feel about the topic, black men. I keep saying this: serve and protect should not just be the job of the police force. Serve and protect was you and your tribes long before you were introduced to Columbus or the slave trade, because this is not that type of segment. This is not a historical informational segment. But I do hope to be able to do those type of segments, and those segments will definitely be edited, because I want to bring pictures, I want to bring artifacts, I want to bring documents, I even want to bring scriptures to the Bible, because a lot of us black people are from the tribe of Israel. Either way we want to look at it, or we're from the tribe of Levi, or we're from the tribe of this or that. But I'm just telling you what your history looked like. You were serving and protecting the women and children of your colonies, of your tribes, long, long ago. Are you doing it today? You were served, protecting, and providing. Okay. Things have gotten unnatural. Of course they were unnatural when something like a slave trade came about, because it's not, I do feel for like the immigrants and what they're going through right now. You're like, how does this tie into balance and black love? It does. Y'all ain't never had to experience your child being stripped from you or your husband. You don't know when you're going to see him again. Your wife, because all you was trying to do was make it to freedom. See, the slaves went through that as well. Yeah, they went through that as well. If Massa over here came to the auction and he wants to buy your husband, it didn't matter if you was married before you came on the ship. It didn't matter if you was married at the last plantation. Sometimes whole families got to stay together and go work somewhere, but sometimes they didn't. people are quick to tell you that you're still in a slave mentality. I call this black love and balance for a reason. But let me tell y'all something. I gotta know the weapons that are formed against me if I don't want them to prosper. I gotta know the defense. I gotta know where I came from. I gotta know what worked for so long if I ever feel like I'm a defeated. What did a woman do if Mouse and them bought her husband and then they want him? You know what? She had to keep going and take care of them kids. Am I saying I gotta continue to live in the same? I'm just saying, how was my ancestors doing it? Because that's unnatural already. That was unnatural then. And they were human then. You know. So, the tribes we come from, black people, before there was Crips and Bloods, before there was this set, that set, before there was this status, that status, money-wise, you protected your tribe. You served the women in your tribe, and I said serve and protect, and you provided for the women and children in your tribe. Guess what? They didn't eat. They knew how to hunt and stuff too. Black Panther showed y'all that, but that didn't just go far into it. It just showed you a little something. Black women were never weak. I called it black love for a reason. Black love and balance. Yeah, because balance is going to look like knowing your history, deciding if you're going to be, because you really have a choice now. These people didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice when their babies being took and they being spread out on plantations. They didn't have a choice. Okay? Yeah, once you are oppressed, when anybody in an oppressed situation right now don't have a choice, whether you understand that or not. Whether you know why you can't understand it? Because you probably never been oppressed. You probably never been in a slave type situation. You know, you've probably never been forced to do something against your will. So now y'all not forced to beat on your women and make them be submissive, and this is what you consider submissive. If she stays down through that type of abuse, let me clarify something when it comes to black love and balance. Abusing your woman is not just physically touching her. Number one, people should know everything going on. Every time she make you sick, you gotta call and tell somebody. How is that black love, black community? Every time you feel like she crossed you wrong, you gotta do something about it. Okay? Because women ain't innocent. Every time you feel like he didn't answer the phone when you feel he cheating, so come on, black love and balance. What happened to protecting your home, protecting your tribe, protecting your family, protecting those children that is the future of their family? What happened to that? Protect and serve should not just be, and I'm not saying every black man don't protect. I'm talking about black man in general, not just a husband, like a black man. He came from somewhere. I see more of them today saying, man, I'm through with black women. I'm finna go to a whole other culture of people. And you ain't even fully got to the foundation of why the women in the culture of where you come from are like they are. Because let me tell you right now, 70% of why they like they are came from history that they couldn't control. They were forced to watch you be stripped from her, families be broke up, even all the stuff that's happened up to now. They told the government to take the black man out the home. They didn't tell them to do that. They didn't tell them to have that type of agenda. So you're not angry at her, but somehow oppression has come back. And it ain't the mouse, it ain't the white man no more. I guess you could call it that when it comes down to the history of how all of this came about. But how I look at it, everybody got a choice. Hate is unnatural. Like I said, it's something that's taught. It's something that's embedded in a person. You don't come out the womb hating a woman because she's black. Yeah, you got that from somewhere. You picked that up through society trend and what you've been told and conditioned to think about a person, it's never too late in the new millennium to still talk about the healing that needs to go on in the black community, because there's a lot of love there. I know it firsthand, and I've been one of those to love firsthand. I've been one of those for real, and it's something that you can't just shake. Like, love is real, and that's natural. And I didn't even know it had to do with my history, right, wrong, or what. I love such and such, 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 such. Okay, but when they begin to taint and try to tell us black community in the rap music, on the movies, oh y'all, this is what love is. It's a 4-letter word. Black community, you got to think about that. Because if love was a 4-letter word, a lot of us wouldn't have the position, the voice, the opportunity that we have today. People thought about the future generations when they went on the marches, when they did them protests, when they was taking them whippings and they were slaves. Somebody was thinking about you, the future generation. Somebody was hoping that they kids and they kids and they kids wouldn't have to go through what they. So what do you think they in their graves feeling while y'all talking about y'all doing? I mean, because I have no judgment on whatever spirituality practices you guys have, but you're calling on deities and ancestors. And I know you think they're your ancestors, but to me they're not. Because ain't no way the ancestors finna call and help you attack your own people. Yeah. See, this segment right here is something only black, love, and balanced, understanding people can understand, because only they know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if they thought about this on this level. So you got an ancestor that'll come and help you attack somebody from your own tribe. I don't think that's the ancestor you think it is. Oh, well, it's just willing to help me. My ancestors will come and attack anybody. See, the history I read and learned about this thing here, so yeah, you had spirituality practices that was going on in Africa, going on in Egypt and all of these, and on the islands before we became slaves. I'm saying we as a generalization, but everybody did not come off slave ships. Once again, I will start off on my own historical black history segments, and I'm very excited to do it, because for Black History Month, that wasn't it. I just named a few black pioneers and gave them reverence to remind the black community. A lot of us wouldn't be in the positions and the seats and have the opportunities we have today if it wasn't for those pioneers. But black history is very, very deep, and it's something that I feel like can't be taught in one day, can't even be researched in one day, because we were so great of a people. You gonna forever be learning. So that's another thing I want to say out of love to the black community. I just did a segment on voice and tone. How is you trying to preach your people back into their identity, Hebrew Israelites and people, but your tone, see, tone gives many messages. My last segment, voice versus tone in business and as a writer, it has always mattered. When you saying something out of love, your tone it's gonna show that. Hate is unnatural. They go for anybody. It's just like an unnatural energy. I don't think it has a place in the earth, but it's steady forcing its way in relationships. It's steady forcing its way in society. It's steady forcing its way. We should all be able to have our opinions and simply respect them. Does that mean agree? Agree and respect is two different things, black community. But you don't have to, where did this start happening, where because somebody don't agree with your opinion, you hate them. You look like you full blown. There's no in between. You just can't stand the sight of them. You can't. That's their opinion. That's their choice of who they want to be in life. But let me go back to what I was saying. Just remember, if you get nothing else out of this segment, I'm trying to say that in black love, there's gonna have to be a balance, because you gotta try to fathom and accept where you came from long ago. First of all, is beautiful. We are the one culture that has dealt with a manner of oppression that is unnatural. So yeah, you gotta accept it. You gotta accept that. How you gonna try to teach somebody else what happened, but you can't accept what happened to your people? But you can't call on them. You calling on them from the dead. However y'all practices go, you calling on them to go handle your fights and battles. And I just feel like any religion that allows you to call on spirits that are supposed to be resting in peace to attack folks is something I would never want to be a part of, right? To show you which way to go in life. They showed you when they took those marches, when they was picking cotton. They showed you when they kept fighting to come out of it, the way to go today. And I don't think it was hatred. I don't think it was hatred towards one another. Black love and balance. That's the title of this segment. I don't think it was hatred and killing one another. You know, they was constantly trying to help one another on the plantation the best they could. They see their brother over there sweating, man. He might go pour some water on his back if he don't get whipped for trying to help him. But, you know, black people, I'm saying the culture in general, it came from a place of love. And we the first ones out here hollering. It's a 4-letter word. The black woman, this and that. Because I'm not going to cuss on the segment. But boy, y'all got some names for us. Our own people. Yeah, some beautiful black couples out here. That's why it's called Black Love and Balance. That's something I just want to touch on. Like, that's another thing, black community. When did y'all start making it out the bucket? And I made it out. I made it out. And now, nobody else in your village, nobody else in your community, nobody else in your tribe is your responsibility. I don't know, even if you love them from a distance, even if you preaching love from a distance, even if you know, like, that seems to be a problem. How we gonna balance ourselves as a people, where we come from, what we had to endure to try to get back to who we are, and we killing each other. We hurting each other. There's no future for your children, and you hurting your own kind. Wait, what do you think you're teaching them to do? There's no future for the children, and you divorcing and beating on and hurting and walking out the home when you feel like it. It's just getting old, y'all. It's so old. Black community. Because I know y'all know love better than any other culture. Boy, I mean, we can sit and talk about the love of God, but I'm saying as a people, we know how to love. Boy, y'all know grandma love, y'all was nothing without it. Mama love, you was nothing without it. You probably still ain't. But you gonna leave the whole culture and race of black women, your own kind, conserving and protecting just too much. But you got white police that'll do it. Why? Oh, that's because they got a badge and they make money to do it. Nah, baby, they go through whole police training, force, college, and everything. They learn the law to do what they do. Because they said somewhere in their heart, yeah, I want to work on the front line field to protect others, to serve others. If they having a problem, they just, you know, and it's an emergency, they should be able to call 911 and we gonna show up. But it would be nice in the black community if we could call on our own. Yeah. Some of y'all, you know, you got a tribe. That's what I'm talking about. You got a tribe. You protecting your own. But as a whole is what I'm talking about. Where did the black love go? Man, if y'all just knew what I be thinking, you know, when it come to women, I'm getting to the point, I mean, if I got to stand up and be that. Hey, you call me from North Virginia, you ain't got nobody to help you get out that abusive situation? Me and my team coming. I ain't got to know you. You black? Oh, I'm going to look at you like a sister. I'm already feel it. Why we don't have stuff like that? Okay, we got domestic violence hotline. We got, why is she in that position in the first place is question number one. Oh man, he endured it. He seen it. This same narrative is getting old. I don't think it has nothing to do. I only bring up the police because, yeah, stuff get to that level when there's no other route, when there's no other option. Because now her life in danger. His life in danger. Or it's already been taken. But I'm just saying, what if we had more protect and serve and providing black men? And sex have nothing to do with it. Him getting to know you and your sexual preference and how you can serve him have nothing to do with it. He just that because this is where he come from, and this is really if it's really about getting back to your roots, this is where it come from. You know why black women at once upon a time could naturally submit to the men in their tribes and village? This was them. Protect, serve, provide. You gonna take care of that. You gonna take care whether it's your man or not. He's in your tribe and he's doing this for the tribe. And it's 50,000 more like him. Why you think they made such good slaves for these folks? I ain't saying like the slave part. The black man himself walked in submissive shoes. And then he preaches to this woman who also has done it in the time of history. He preaches to her today, this is who you're supposed to be. Now look, I can go there, but if you don't like being in them shoes, as a black man, you felt what it felt like on that plantation. You felt what it felt like in prison or whatever it is. Why would you try to project it and rub that off on a woman you're supposed to serve, protect, love, cherish? Cause see, my segment's gonna get deep. It's something valuable. It gotta be something valuable about the part that a woman plays in a man's life. Y'all mean nature did this? Nature created men? Cause a lot of y'all is already denouncing God. So y'all mean to tell me nature, the universe created men, and then men, y'all so great. I heard you, James Brown, it's a man's world. You know how the men got here, James Brown? It was a woman. It took a woman. It took a woman to have to keep repopulating. They can't change that. They probably looking for an answer. Man, where these creatures, women, even come from? Because they don't want to believe in God for nothing. Where they even come from? All they know though, nothing can be repopulated, regardless of what race you are, what culture you are. There's no more children. There's no more future of humans without women. This is just a fact. Without black women, without white women, without Asian women, you can't repopulate. And they probably trying to create creative ways to do it without humans at this point, because everybody is just going crazy to me. But it's like we can't change everybody else's black community. The world seems to be falling apart as we speak, and we still don't think the time is ever going to come for us to wake up to who we are as black men, who we are as black women. And to me, a part of that is black love and balance. See, obviously you come from a place where you used to could balance. These tribes we come from, you could balance this. You was a basket maker. You did this, you did that. You cooked, you took care of. This is where you come from, women. And men, you hunted, you protected. War come, it was your job to fight them out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We got another victory. We going back to our tribe. We finna make shit. Now we finna celebrate, and then we get back to business the next day. That's how they look. Oh yeah, y'all having a problem at y'all hut in this tribe? Yeah. Now it's an organizational meeting. How can we help this hut over here? To me, that's love. Like, this is where you come from. Okay? In a nutshell, you've been conditioned to hate one another. This narrative, everybody know it. Everybody know it but us. So we even know it. But it's easier for you to keep the narrative going. It's easier for you to talk about your black sister in North Carolina and look down on her like, come on, man, this is what you was conditioned and trained to do. Are you an animal? You a robot? Or you a black man? You a black woman? Because now you got a choice, and they didn't have no choice. That's my point. Balance your history. Balance, accept, because the truth is the truth. Everybody wants the truth. Then when it started hurting, now they mad about the truth. You wanted the truth or you didn't. But don't blame the truth about why you are like you are, because you got a choice. And what did I say at the beginning of the segment? Take your pain, take your experience, and don't just learn from it, grow from it. Because if you think these other cultures ain't, you crazy. They know exactly where they come from, who they are, what they used to be, what they used to do, and they probably running from it. So we just like them, we running from who we are? That's crazy. You do. It looks like a future of doom. Like that. Everybody running from who they are. Nobody wants to accept the truth. Yeah, if you came from this culture tribe, you know who you were in early BC. You know who you were in early BC. You know what was going over there in early BC. Then you know over the course of history what began to happen. See, wars and natural disasters, these things naturally trigger humans. Like, it'll naturally change you because it was unnatural. It was something you didn't expect. It was something you didn't have control over, right? What happens? People go through a phase or an experience where they had no control at all. Look at it, y'all. Nobody likes that. So, obviously, everybody loves this independence about it. Nobody likes being in an oppressive situation. An oppressive, depressing dilemma. Nobody likes that. This is why they mentally kind of lose it. They mentally lose it after having to stay strong or trying their hardest to stay strong as if nothing happened. Okay? But if we have more people that would grow and learn from their experiences and see how this can be prevented in the future, how we can be more prepared next time, how we can fix this. Yeah, people running. I've been called a runner for a long time, but to me, running towards something and running from something is two different things. So if you're running from something, you're running towards something, but chasing after something, whether it's knowledge, whether it's your education, whether it's, y'all be preaching, don't chase after no man. I agree. Don't run after no man. I agree. But maybe I'm chasing and running after what it is that turn women to a place where they even gotta feel like they gotta chase. You know what I'm saying? Where the man felt like he even gotta run from his own household. He gotta run from his own responsibility. He gotta run from his own accountability. That's what I'm running to. Like, hey, where the answers at? Where is the answers to this problem? So anyways, this is my spin-off topic. Black love and balance. To me, it's about balance. I think people they be trying to be who they are today because it's a new millennium, it's a new society. It's not the 80s, it's not the 90s, it's not the early 2000s, it's not the 60s, it's not even the 1400s. It's 2022. And people are trying to accept the truth about things. They're trying to accept the truth about what's going on in the world right now. And they can't accept history. How you gonna even find yourself digging for the truth about what's going on in the world right now? But the history that was here before all of this was going on, you couldn't even accept. And when you do accept it, it changed you. To me, this is how I truly know who a person is. Once they find out the truth about something, what they do with it. I wouldn't care what it's about. You found out how this is the truth about how to change a tire. This is the truth about how to grow your hair in 10 minutes. This is the truth about this chemical right here. What you do, because they say you know better, you do better. What you do with information, with truth, with knowledge, once you find out about it, oh, I just found out the baby ain't mine. Let's see the type of man you are now. Oh man, I just found out the truth, man. I might not get that job tomorrow. Okay. What's your character? Who are you now? At least you got the truth. People want the truth. People want real. People want authenticity, boy. But I watch who they are when they get it. And I tell you, it tells you a lot. They see what something really is, and to me, people can't handle it. They can't handle black history. And it's sad, because no matter whether you can handle it or not, them people went through it. Them people them people are trying to rest in peace, hoping that you do something better. You make advancements. You fight. You fight for your family. You fight for your tribe. You fight for your rights. You fight for your right to breathe. Come on now. Yeah, because we did this all these years for y'all. We was oppressed and endured all this and still managed to find love in our hearts for our little bitty families and sleep in our little bitty sheds that we had on the plantation together every night and still reproduce and make babies through all that oppression for y'all. And y'all mean to tell me your ancestors is answering prayers for you to go attack somebody? Because black community know what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't calling them folks on white folk. If anything, I done seen y'all go kiss their feet. You know what I'm saying? Place student of the year in front of them. Individual of the year for them for that money. And you calling ancestors on your own. Has it gotten this bad? Where's the balance? Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother category of topic. So some of y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about with that. But it's a new age. And they have what you call new age spirituality. And people have begun to depend on this. And they believe, yeah, I'm going to call my ancestors on. Like, that's crazy. Stop saying rest in peace then. Because you teaching your kids when you gone just to call on your soul. You know, to me it makes no sense. Now, if I have real guardian angels and ancestors that's watching, I hate to say this and for this to come out like this, but that ain't even my business. They in a whole nother realm that I ain't made it to yet. That's something deeper than me. And I don't take nothing but a little research, but some things convince people because of their experiences. If I got angels and people that come to me in the form of butterflies and birds, that's bigger than me. You know, that ain't even my business. They on their mission. And I didn't call no assistance for it. That's the difference I see between it. Just literally like, oh, I'm finna get this Ouija board and candles and I'm finna call up it. Have you ever asked yourself, what? You didn't even know your ancestors. They probably wasn't even the type of person like they gonna come and do this and that to a person because you feel like they should. What's wrong with you? Boy, when I found out something like that was real, I feel like love do need to come back because people feel that powerful. Like, they feel that powerful. Like, man, I'm finna call up dead things. And they living. And these dead things fought for them to do better today. Where's the balance? It's like a balance beam. I see history and I see where I come from and I see really the potential too. It's a lot to take in. I know, black community. It's a lot to take in. But I got this opportunity right now. Who am I going to be with all this knowledge, with all this truth? Because like I say, to me, it'll never be fully unwrapped. You can always learn until you leave here. You're going to learn. But as you learn and as you get this truth, as you get this knowledge, as you grow, who is that turning you into? That's where you see a person's character. Everybody running around talking about they want the truth. They want to live a real life. They don't want to be manipulated. They don't want to be submissive to something that got them in the dark, right? As soon as they get the truth, boy, they still gonna make their choice. So to me, the truth does different things to everybody. Love does different things to everybody, and everybody ain't out to get love. They on that more hatred. I'm bitter, and this how I'm gonna remain because something I can't even control years ago happened. That's crazy to me. And there's no balance in it. You become unstable. Literally unstable. There's no balance. You unstable here. And we all know the Bible say a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Because you claim you want the truth. You claim you want to be real. You claim you want to be authentic. And then when it's in front of you, boy, you stepping all over. You cussing it out. You know, you hate it. You got everything. You know, you can't even deal with it. Balance. Choose your friends accordingly. Choose your circle accordingly. Protect your village and your tribe accordingly. Because 2022 looks much different from what the tribes look like. And I'm talking about early BC history. It looks very different. And I don't know if we'll ever get back to that type of unity. And I hope that the people with the ancestors that caused that understand, or try to understand a little bit. This is the condition that you have put a people in. That future generation of people in. Yes, they have opportunity and choice today. But imagine learning your history and what it was really like. And what really happened. And still try to provide and tend to and carry on for your black family. Now, I just said it takes balance to me in my eyes. But some people, I feel like they can't even see history because they on the past of their life. The past, they mean to tell me something that happened in their past is more significant than what them people went through. Your ancestors, kinfolk in the black community. You mean to tell me your homeboy snitching on you is more significant than the 20 black churches that got burned down in Georgia one year? Or the men that got found hung in the tree and they was just on their way to work that night. That's more significant? What you think you going through today? How you think somebody crossed you today? Or is your main mission to edify, build up, bring the love back into the black community? I mean, and I get it. It's been so many other advocates who work towards this purpose. I don't even know if that's what if I had to choose, that's what I choose. Yeah, because I know I'm not too far from my lineage. I know why it's in me. I feel like the people that come against me don't know them. They don't know them. Any tribe and village I heard of when it came to Afrocentric culture, history, oh yeah, baby, they was like this. You know what I'm saying? They looked out for one another. This is foreign to me. I'm not even. I wasn't even one of them in the tribes. I just feel it like it's all in my roots. Like this is. If they was here right now, look at all this opportunity folks got today. Space-time opportunity, and all they can do is challenge one another. They challenging their own wives, their own husband. They challenge their own best friend. It's a competition. And y'all went through all of this to see us get here today. To see this? Y'all ain't got a call to answer. I feel like if they got the power to come back, they coming. Because this is disrespectful. What's going on? This is disrespectful. This what y'all letting the young generation do today? Oh. This what y'all allowing to go. So what is the future of these kids gonna look like? Thank you guys for tuning in to another segment with the Crown Content Publications YouTube channel. You don't have to like my opinions, my views. They're simply mine and mine alone. And I love my unique individuality. And I do feel like more people could use their voices for positive influences in this world. See, we all got a time to go. Our ancestors are gone. I'm going to be gone one day. But if only one, two, my message only get out to two. That's how humble I am. And it changed 2 lives. Because they say, you know what, I could use more balance. I could use more balance in my life. Maybe this will help me to be able to see the ones I love and express the way I love them, while I have a chance. Because I never sat there and thought about that like that. Them people didn't have the opportunities that I have today. Them people didn't have the choices. No matter how strenuous, because I admitted that at the beginning of the segment. It's true, black people. We got to do 10 times more for the same opportunities people getting. They jumped through a ring one time and they got it. This is what it looks like for our community. Or you got to do some type of dirt, something just sick, to get that same opportunity. You ain't thought about that and thought about why? Why you gotta get it this way? The only other option was love. Why you choose hate? Why you do that? And you know our history. So it has nothing to do with writing, it has nothing to do with books, outside of the fact that everything I just practically talk about, it can be researched in history books, down to the spirituality part. It can be researched in articles. It's nothing but knowledge out here. That's what I'm telling y'all. But to me, what it do to you, that's what brings out who you really are. Oh, now you got knowledge, you up, and you treating everybody like, oh, okay. Or now you got knowledge, and this is what you want to do. You want to edify people. You want to share it with them. You want to, oh, that's who you are. Okay. That's who you are with knowledge. And then you got to look at who people are when they didn't know. When they don't know, that's why I say, you know better, you do not. You do better. It'll show you how powerful knowledge is. Yeah, when people don't know something, why you think people keep information so hidden? And black people, we shouldn't be doing it to each other. We got a long way to go. Now people want to be a little more lenient and open about what they know because it's a pandemic. Y'all think I ain't noticed that? It's a pandemic, so it's like, well, you know, I'll share this with you. I'll tell you about this. I was always like that. Because I never seen what, if I truly believe in my potential, myself, and where I'm going and my vision, I don't see what telling you information to help you in life is going to do to stop me, unless that's the only reason you trying to get the information. I mean, come on now. Like, how is me helping somebody going to take from me? I know how the natural of course of life and the universe works. I've already tangibly seen the way it seemed like good things come back to me after I'm able to help somebody. Something I done forgot about. Boy, good karma come in a moment where I didn't know no other way I was going to get something done, or convince this person to let me in here, or something like that. Yeah, then I grew, I lived a little longer. I say, man, this is real. You give out bad energy, that's coming back. Because you've proved to the world, to the universe, the earth, that's who you are, that's all you want to do, and that's what's coming back. Positive energy, it finds its way back. You didn't even ask for it. You're like, whoa, where does this come from? Oh, okay. It's who I am. It comes with love. Ooh. So anyways, y'all, it just was what was on my mind for a topic discussion. Okay? And yes, in the near future, like, I'm not a historian. These are about business and helping people get books out. I hope I do get to work with self-published authors who would like to talk more about the mental state when it comes to history, all the way up to now, of the black community. The mental state, the emotional state, what oppression looks like on each and every level, how we got to go through 10 times more than the next person to get somewhere. We're not the only culture, but I'm saying probably the most abused culture. And all we know to do is turn around and abuse ourselves. And what your opinion is of what it's going to take to see us get back to that place of love and balance. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time.